وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا وحبيبنا وقرة أعيننا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. المصطفى سر الوجود وأجود، يا سادتي صلوا عليه لتسعدوا. صلى عليك الله يا علم الهدى، يا من له اسمه أحمد ومحمد. ولد الحبيب وخده متورد، والنور من وجناته يتوقد. جبريل نادى في منصة حسنه، هذا مليح الوجه هذا الأوحد، هذا جميل النعت هذا المرتضى، هذا جليل الوصف هذا أحمد.
صلى الله عليه وسلم.
The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam taught his daughter Fatima. He taught who we know as Bibi Fatima, Lady Fatima, As-Sayyida, Al-Mu'mina, Al-Tahira, Al-Jalila, Bibi Fatima radiyallahu anha. He taught her to say a beautiful statement. And this statement is very famous today between all the Muslims. ما شاء الله كان وما لم يشأ لم يكن. And what does this mean? Whatever Allah Ta'ala wills to be, shall be. And whatever Allah Ta'ala did not will to be, will not be. Fatima radiyallahu anha, she's the only daughter that outlived the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. She died shortly after the death of the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Only 6 months after the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam had died, Bibi Fatima radiyallahu anha, she passed. She left this world. And it is mentioned that she left because of her sadness. She had immense sadness at the loss of her father, Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam is the best of all the creation, huwa khayrul wara. And he teaches us, and he teaches the ummah, and he teaches Fatima radiyallahu anha, one of the best mothers, من خير الأمهات. He teaches her to say ما شاء الله كان وما لم يشأ لم يكن. In this, when you say this statement, and when you believe this statement, your heart is at ease. Your heart is really saying dhikr. This is a type of itmi'nan. It is a type of relaxation and comfort to the heart. Because many people today and in the past, they may think that if you're a good person, everything is going to come your way. Allah is going to give you money, and Allah is going to give you children, and Allah is going to make your life sweet and happy. The reality of the matter, for most people, is the opposite. Most of the people, most of the pious people, and I'm starting at the top, who are the prophets, have the most hardships and the roughest of lives. الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول أشد الناس بلاء الأنبياء ثم الأمثل فالأمثل. The people of the greatest hardships who encounter the most hardships in this dunya are the prophets, and then the ones who are like the good Muslims and so forth. Many people have a misconception. They see somebody who's living in bliss, and they say, MashaAllah, Allah loves him, Allah yuhibbuhu, the ni'mah is coming, at his hands, he's rich, he's educated, he has healthy children. That is not a criteria for success. The true success in this dunya is the success of Eemaan, is the fawz and the najah of the heart. Al-Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam says, إن الله يعطي الدنيا لمن يحب ولمن لا يحب ولا يعطي الإيمان إلا لمن يحب. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam taught us that Allah gives this dunya, He gives the many blessings, al-ni'am al-kathira min hadhihi dunya, for those whom He loves, for the mu'min, and those whom He does not love, for the one who does not have the nur of Eemaan. Allah gives the khair of the dunya, the blessings, to both mu'min and kafir, to both mu'mins, Muslims and non-Muslims. In this dunya, everybody gets from the khairat. Sometimes, in some cases, even the non-Muslim, you may see him enjoying the dunya much, much, much more than some very, very pious Muslims. This does not mean anything. If one was given all the dunya, everything that this dunya offers, and he was blocked and prevented Eemaan, he has lost. It's as if he has nothing. And if one was given nothing in this dunya, and bala on top of bala on top of bala, yet he was given the ni'mah of Eemaan, this person, as if he didn't lose anything. Because this dunya, waqtuha qasir. Its time is very short. A Muslim lady in the time of Nuh alayhi salam, she came to Prophet Nuh alayhi salam crying, and she said, my son died as a child, or my son died. And Prophet Nuh alayhi salam told her, how old was he? She said he was 250 years old. Nuh alayhi salam told her a time would come when the Bani Adam would live up to 60 years. When she heard that, it was like she was hit with a shock. She said, La ilaha illallah. If I had lived for 60 years, I would do nothing except live it in a sajda, in one sujood. I would live my life just making a sajda. 60 years. And this, most of the ummah of Rasulullah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, their life doesn't go that far. Even with all the medicine and all the technology we have. When your age comes, when your time limit of this dunya comes, not a minute, you don't have an extra minute to spare. When the time comes, it comes. And this is haqq. Maut is haqq for all of us. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, the best of the creation, he encouraged many, many, many hardships in this dunya. One of the hardships is that he saw most of his children die, his own children. The children that came from Bibi Khadija radiallahu anha and from Sayyida Maria radiallahu anha. He saw his children die and his heart was sad. And he said, there's nothing wrong with being sad. He said, إِنَّ الْقَلْبَ لَيَحْزَنُ وَإِنَّ الْعَيْنَ لَتَدْمَعْ عَلَى فُرَاقِكَ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ. When he lost his son, his young son Ibrahim, he said a beautiful statement that all the Muslims know now, that the tears will be shed, will fall down upon the departure and the distance away from Ibrahim, his son, whom he loved so much. And he said, وَلَا نَقُولْ إِلَّا مَا يُرْضِي رَبَّ الْعِبَادِ. We don't say, and we don't say with our mouths, or let any belief enter our hearts that is against the fundamentals of our religion. What is the fundamental? What the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam taught Bibi Fatima radiallahu anha. مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ كَانَ وَمَا لَمْ يَشَأْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. This beautiful statement makes the strong person say, Alhamdulillah, I am strong because Allah made me strong. It makes the strong person be humble and say, Alhamdulillah, if my strength and my wealth and my health is with me, it could leave me in a second. So I must appreciate what I have. And it makes the weak person who is trying and he's not succeeding say, Alhamdulillah, I am trying. And if Allah wills for me to succeed, I accept, Alhamdulillah. And if He wills for me not to succeed and to fail, Alhamdulillah, I shall keep trying. As long as I have Ra'as Mali, as long as I have my base or what I need the most, which is the Eemaan. the Eemaan. The Eemaan in Mashi'atullah Ta'ala. Every single thing in this dunya, whether it's an accident or whether it's planned, whether it's silly or whether it's serious, whether whether we know about it or we don't know about it, everything comes into the realm of existence by the willing of Allah Ta'ala. And there is a wisdom behind everything. Allah willed for some people to be blessed with Eemaan, and they live it, alhamdulillah. Allah willed for other people to not be blessed. They have blessings of this dunya, but they're deprived of Eemaan. Al-Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam, he told his uncle Abu Talib 1,000 times. In Al-Bukhari it said he told him 1,000 times, Ya Am, Qul la ilaha illallah tuflih. Say la ilaha illallah and you will win. And his uncle died away, apart from the nur of Islam. He did not die as a Muslim, even though the Rasul had hoped. And the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, we wish for everyone Islam. We wish, but we know the haqq and the reality that not everybody shall have this great ni'mat. Not everybody shall possess this great ni'mat. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, in the Quran, Allah Ta'ala informs us, Innaka, and this is about the Rasul in Surah Al-Qasas, Innaka la tahdi man ahbabta. يعني إنك يا رسول الله لا تهدي من أحببت له الهداية ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء. You, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, do not guide to Islam, meaning you do not create the Eemaan in the heart through yourself. ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء. The guidance is from Allah Ta'ala. The own cousin of the Prophet, his uncle, and he was very supportive of him. Even though he was very supportive, this did not save him, because he did not want to accept La ilaha illallah. He did not want to accept La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah and admit it. One has to accept it, and he has to admit it with his tongue. Abu Talib he knew that his nephew was honest. He knew that his nephew was truthful. But knowing it is one thing, and admitting it with a tongue is a whole different story. That's why in Arabic, ashhadu does not just mean I believe. It means I know in my heart. I believe in my heart, and I admit with my tongue. And I admit with my tongue, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. If a person says, I know Islam is true, and I know you guys are right, that's not enough to qualify him into the door, into the entrance of Al-Jannah. If a person says, I believe you guys are right, but he himself doesn't admit and attest and testify to his Eemaan and La ilaha illallah, this has not benefited him. The Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam had many hardships in this life, and he was patient. He was the most patient, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he stood in the night praying. And you know, when you stand sometimes for a long time, your feet, they swell up. We do not, as Muslims, we do not harm ourselves. We're not allowed to physically harm ourselves, like beat ourselves. However, sometimes when you stand for a long time in making prayer, your feet, they swell up, because you're not used to standing a lot. And Aisha, Bibi Aisha, Ummul Mu'mineen radiyallahu anha, she used to tell him, Ya Rasulullah, you have no sin. You have no sin. إن الله غفر لك ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر. الرسول ليس له ذنب في الأصل، لكن وهو المعصوم عليه الصلاة والسلام. وسيدتنا عائشة تقول له يا رسول الله، يعني ريح نفسك مثل ما يقولون، ارتاح يا حبيب الله. فهو يقول لها عليه الصلاة والسلام ألا أكون عبدا شكورا. Shouldn't I be more and more of a thankful slave? And the Rasul عليه الصلاة والسلام, he taught us the best name out of all the names is Abdullah and Abdul Rahman, because these names, they remind you of Allah, the creator of everything, and they remind you of the great rahmah of Allah in this dunya to everyone, and in the akhirah to the people who accepted the Eemaan of La ilaha illallah. The Eemaan of La ilaha illallah, yes, and all the prophets, they came with La ilaha illallah. All the prophets said there is one Allah, there is only one God. All the prophets told the people, don't worship images. Don't make an image with your hand and worship it. Worship the Creator. Worship the Khaliq. And they told them, your Maker, the Creator of this world is not an image. He is not an image that is carved with hands or with tools. And he is not an image that is carved in the imagination. He is not a body like the sun and the star and the moon above us. And He is not similar to anything that remotely crosses our imaginations. This is the aqidah that all the prophets taught their followers to be firm on. And when we say La ilaha illallah, this is the Eemaan of all the prophets. In the time of Isa alayhi salam, their kalima, their shahada was La ilaha illallah, Isa Rasulullah in their language. In the time of Musa, Payghambar radiallahu anhu, they used to say La ilaha illallah, Musa Rasulullah. This was their door. This was their door to the nur of Islam. They were Muslim. We don't say in many books today, especially in this part of the world, they even teach this to many children who take comparative religious studies, and they tell them that Islam is a religion founded by Prophet Muhammad. That's what they tell them. This is not an accurate piece of information. Islam is the religion that was renewed by Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, that came originally with Prophet Adam alayhi salam, that was always before Adam the religion of all the angels that exist, which are so innumerous in number, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows their number. The prophets all told the people that Allah is not an image. And they warned them against something, and this is very important to know, they warned them against something called tashbih. Tashbih means, and some people call it tajseem, means likening God to the creation. Now, most of us say it's obvious God is not like us. But then the shaitan comes to you, he may come to your deep thoughts, and he may tell you, maybe he's kind of like us, maybe he has a hand but different, maybe he has a face but different. No. The people of Islam, the angels and the prophets, all told the people, Allah is beyond comprehension, whether it's something that you see with your vision or whether it's something that you imagine in your minds. They all taught people to be firm on that asas, on that firm ground, that foundation. And many of the people on earth today, many of the people, they say they believe in God. They say, yes, we believe in God. But between those people, you have two groups. One group say they believe in God, and they may say Jesus is God, or they may say the cow is God, or they may have statues. They have tajseem, and they have tashbih. Some people say we believe in God, but they have an image of Him as a huge man or giant sitting on a big chair in the sama' wal-'iyadu billahi ta'ala. This is not God. This is an imagination that they put together, or that the shaitan drew for them, and they accepted it, unfortunately, and this is wrong. The prophets told us, do not accept even the mere imagination that tells you that God is similar. And there's very beautiful examples that Ahlul Islam, they teach. And this you may teach to your children, to vaccinate them, to keep them firm on the proper aqidah. The one who made the table is not a table. The one who made the watch is not a watch himself. The one who wrote the book is not a book himself. And the maker of this world is not like this world. Very simple. A man came to Imam Ali, the husband of Bibi Fatima radiallahu anha. And this man is no regular man. He's one of the 4 greatest companions. And the belief of Ahlul Sunnah is he is the most knowledgeable companion. But Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is the highest status. But he has, Al-Imam Ali is in knowledge, he is mashallah the top. Why? Because when Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam gave Fatima in marriage to Imam Ali, he mentioned a beautiful merit of him. He said, Ya binti zawajtuki bi a'lam, bi afqah rajul فتى من أمتي. I marry you to the most knowledgeable man or boy, man, he was a man at that time. زوجتك بعلي وهو أفقه رجل من أمتي. He said that he's the most one who has the comprehension and understanding of the religion. Al-Imam Ali radiallahu anhu was not rich, but he was rich in Eemaan and in knowledge. And the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, he chose him not because of the blood connection, but because of the Eemaan. Because of the Eemaan and because of the pure faith and because of his strong Eemaan. And he knew that, and he believed and had trust that Imam Ali radiallahu anhu would take care of his daughter Fatima radiallahu anha. Al-Imam Ali radiallahu anhu, a group of non-believers came to him, and these non-believers were swamped intellectually. They were polluted with many wrong beliefs. And they told him, "Oh Imam Ali," and they respected him. And they told him, "Oh Imam Ali, can you answer us 3 questions?" And he said, "Ask." And he told them, "Don't ask anybody after me, because you will get the answer from me, inshallah." They told him, "Ayn Allah." He said to them, "Atas'alu ayn liman ayyan al-ayn la ayna lillah." They told him literally, these people who were polluted and they were far from Islam, they told him, "Where is Allah?" He told them, "You cannot ask where. Where does not apply to the one who created a where. Where does not apply to the one who created a where." And then they told him, "Ya Imam." And they were not believers, but they wanted to get some wisdom and information. And he told them, "Accept my knowledge and don't ask anyone else." He said, "La." They said, "Kayf Allah?" How can you describe to us Allah? He said, "La kayfa liman kayyafa al-kayfiyata. Atukayfuna man kayyafa al-kayfiyah?" There is no kayfiyah, there is no how or similarity to the creator of this world. And they asked other questions, and he gave them very detailed and intellectually supported responses. Radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He is the husband of Bibi Fatima radiallahu anhu, and he, with all that, when he lost Fatima radiallahu anha, he himself went through many hardships, and he was killed while he was making namaz. He was killed while he was praying. Al-Imam Ali radiallahu anhu. And many of the good people in this dunya of the good Muslims of Ahlul Islam, they were killed even while they were making namaz. Subhanallah. What an honor to die in that state. That's an honor from Allah Ta'ala. May Allah grant us the shahada, the true shahada, the martyrdom in defense of Islam and in spreading the true and peaceful and loving message of Islam. May Allah increase our knowledge and make us of those who support the religion of Islam and spread it with positivity, and make the nur of Islam shine in our communities, wherever we may be, with our knowledge and our actions and our mercy towards our neighbors and our friends and the people whom we have contact with. May Allah Ta'ala bless you, and I ask Allah to make us of those who are patient with the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala, and those who say Alhamdulillah in all times, fi sarra, in the times of happiness and joy, wa fi darra, and in the times of hardship and toughness. May Allah make us of those who are hamideen in all of the situations. Before I end, I'll mention a story. One of the people I know, he said, "I went to the hospital and I saw a friend of mine. He was in his 20s. A car had hit him and he became totally paraplegic, totally paralyzed. He was laying on the stretcher in the hospital, and he was smiling and he was saying Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. My friend told me when I saw that, I started to cry. He said, "I'm healthy and I'm not saying Alhamdulillah as much as he is." The Muslim in all situations, he says Alhamdulillah. May Allah make us of the Hamideen. May Allah increase our knowledge. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina wa Habibina wa Qurrati a'yunina. Inshallah, it is beneficial to read Al-Fatiha as a gift to the one who taught us this religion, Rasulullah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and then we make dua to give it to him as a gift. This is something very valid and very rewardable. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم أوصل ثواب ما تقبل من قراءتنا ومن ثواب ما تقبل من أعمالنا إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في المدينة المنورة. اللهم يا ربنا ارزقنا حسن الاقتداء به في القول والعمل والعقيدة. اللهم يا أرحم الراحمين ارزقنا أن نثبت على دينه إلى الممات. اللهم يا رب وفقنا فوق الأرض إلى ما يرضيك يا الله. اللهم توفنا وأنت راض عنا. اللهم اجعلنا من حفظة القرآن يا الله ومن أنصار السنة المحمدية الطاهرة ومن الذين ينشرون نور الإسلام بحكمة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك فتوح العارفين وثبات الثابتين وبصيرة أهل البصيرة الصالحين يا حنان يا منان بأسمائك الحسنى التي لا تعد ولا تحصى. نسألك خيري الدارين والأخرى. اللهم ثبتنا على هذا الدين واجعلنا من العتقاء في هذا الشهر العظيم وقربنا منك يا الله برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وزدنا علما وإيمانا وإخلاصا وثباتا. اللهم اشف مرضانا المسلمين. اللهم ارفع البلاء والعناء عن أمتنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم فك أسراهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم تب علينا واحفظ علينا ديننا يا الله يا سميع يا عليم. اللهم ارحمنا يا الله. اللهم ارزقنا رؤية حبيبك محمد هذه الليلة وكل ليلة يا أرحم الراحمين. وبشرنا يا رب برضاه وبشرنا يا رب برضاه. والحمد لله أولا وآخرا والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده ومن نرجو أن نشرب من حوضه ومن نرجو أن ننال شفاعته. يا الله بجاه النبي يسر أمورنا واستر عيوبنا واحفظنا يا أرحم الراحمين إلى أن نلقاك يا الله. والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على خير الورى. آمين 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 يا رب العالمين.